It's Monday, September 21st, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm at the JW Marriott in Palm Desert, California, just a few minutes from my home. And this resort just opened up roughly about 2 weeks ago. And I wanted to come over and check it out this evening. And it's probably about 104, 105 right now, but you know, it's just nice to get out, walk around, get a little fresh air. The grounds here are absolutely stunning. And as we were walking around here, I just spoke with the marketing director of the JW Marriott, and she told me that the resort is just partially open. They're only opening up 125 rooms of the 998 rooms, basically 1,000 rooms. 125 rooms are open. They're only allowing 300 at the pool. This pool, or the pools, here, there's 1, 2, 3 pools right here and another pool on the other side. They'll hold about 1,000 people. So they're only holding about 30% capacity at the pool and about, 12.5% capacity with the hotel. So, you know, I asked her, how are you gonna make it? And she just didn't really have an answer. She wouldn't obviously be on film, but also they're hoping that indoor dining will open next week. She told me that capacity will be 25%. Again, I said, how do you make it at 25%? How do you make it at 12% at the hotel? And you know, it's hard to digest, and you know, really had no answer for that. But here we are today, the JW Marriott. It is literally a ghost town. It's nice to see, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 people at the pool. Normally, you would see a lot more, but it is just horrendous to see what is happening to business here in America. And take into account how many people have not returned to work here. So if the hotel is only holding 12%, the restaurants, if they open next week, indoor dining will only be at 25%. So how many people are back to work here? It is definitely not full capacity. Look, resorts and restaurants cannot run at 25% capacity. They can't run at 50% capacity. They must be running at 100% capacity to pay the bills, to pay the employees, to have everybody working here full time. It's just, again, it's a reflection of this desolate, decaying economy. Dow Jones down 510 points today. It was down 942 points. And I ask myself, with the trillions of dollars that they are injecting into these markets, and we're having this kind of volatility, gold, silver, everything got wrecked today. But you know what? I feel much better holding solid assets, solid tangible assets like gold and silver than I do a piece of paper. Dollar got stronger today. This is why I talk about diversification. I'm not here to give anybody financial advice, but this is how I'm thinking. You've got to be diversified. You better have gold, you better have silver, and you better be stacking some cash too, because there's going to be a run to cash until cash just basically ends up buying nothing, and it turns into being just pure monopoly money. And that day is coming. I truly believe that the dollar is going to be under extreme pressure, but right now it's the least sickest kid in the hospital, and people are going to run to it for safety until they figure out that it's just worthless paper backed by nothing, and you're going to see a massive run to gold and to silver. So I'm a buyer of all of it, gold, silver, and cash. And I think you got to have all of it on top of all the other assets that we talk about. So again, Dow Jones down 942 points at one point, closes down 510 points. So the Fed had to come in at the end of the day and just buy. This is just purely the Fed coming in and saving the day, the buyer and lender of last resort. The Fed just came in and gobbled everything up to save the day. This market could have easily been down well over 1,000 points today, and it should have been. CNBC, government debt rose at a 59% pace in the second quarter amid effort to halt the infection. So look at the debt. I don't think I need to remind anybody why we're buying gold, why we're buying silver, why we're putting a cash reserve away, why we're holding assets, anything from land to a farm, to cattle, to a garden, to security, to you name it. You better be holding something real. The debt is absolutely out of control. Here's the debt clock. I don't know if you can see that, but you can Google the debt clock. This thing is approaching nearly $27 trillion. And when you look at the Fed's balance sheet, blasting past $7 trillion. You look at the government debt at nearly $27 trillion. You look at all the unfunded liabilities like Medicare, Medicaid. You look at the unfunded pension crisis that is coming to America. All I can say is I hope that you're waking up and getting ready, because you are going to see the most devastating economic collapse the world has ever seen. There's no doubt. Look, I'm at the most popular resort here in the desert, one of the most popular resorts in Southern California. I don't know exactly how many acres this property is. Beautiful golf course, lakes, swans, geese, fish, multiple pools, nearly 1,000 rooms, multiple restaurants. Take a look at it. There's nobody here. This was a beautiful day, over 100 degrees. Nobody's here. And there's reasons for that. People are scared. People are tapped out. Limited capacity. All the restaurants closed. The bar is closed. This place is hemorrhaging money. I read an article with Michael Snyder today. I'm going to paraphrase through this article as quickly as I can, because I think Michael Snyder is a super bright guy. He made some really incredible points here. We look at the year 2020. It's been a horrendous year. It's been a devastating year to the economy. We got the infection. We see massive division in America, the economic devastation that we're talking about right now, unemployment levels that rival the Great Depression, the wildfires, the retail apocalypse. 60 million people in 7 months file for unemployment benefits. 160,000 businesses on Yelp are closed, and business closures are increasing every day. Things are supposed to be getting better, but we've seen a 23% increase in the number of business closures since July. Is that a V-shaped recovery? Is that things getting better? I mean, repeat, we lost 860,000 jobs last week, and we're probably going to see another 800,000 plus jobless when we get the numbers this coming Thursday. Do not expect a return to normal. There was never a normal to begin with. Since 2008, and you could argue before that, things were not normal. Fox Business, 40% of all U.S. restaurants could go under within 6 months. The industry is on track to lose $240 billion by the end of this year. How in the world are we going to recover from this mess? What industry do we have in America that we're going to come out with that is going to save America? And this really concerns me. Restaurants, airlines, retail, etc. Everyone is beginning to realize that there is no end in sight. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. They're beginning to realize that they're not going to go back to a job. They're beginning to realize that they're going to get a wage cut. They're beginning to realize that technology is going to take their job. They're beginning to realize that the economy is much worse than they thought it was. Look at this resort. Everyone wants a bailout. And this resort, JW Marriott, I'm sure, is requesting a bailout. Probably, I believe, already got one. Look at leisure and hospitality. It's incredible what is happening. The amount of money that this resort, being closed for 6 months, must have bled. It's unbelievable. Multi millions of dollars. The average citizen wants another round of stimulus. So we got airlines wanting bailouts. We've got resorts like the Marriott wanting bailouts. We got automakers wanting bailouts. We got cruise ship companies, industry wanting bailouts. And we got the American average citizen not just wanting a bailout, but needing a bailout. But they're going to be the last one in line. The stock market needs more money, so the average citizen is going to have to be sacrificed for big business, corporate America, and the stock market. So again, we're going to see trillions more punched into the stock market, while we see millions of people losing jobs, quite possibly going homeless, their checking accounts being wiped out, their savings being wiped out, their retirements being wiped out. Take a good look at what's going on. This is not the JW Marriott from a year ago, okay? It's not the same place as it was even 10 years ago. This is eerie. It's really weird. We have already stolen several trillions of dollars from the future generations so far this year to fund the stimulus package. And for most people, things are getting worse. You guys have people at your church, you have family members, you have neighbors, you have friends who have lost jobs. Maybe a married couple, husband or wife lost a job. One person in a household losing a job is a disaster at this point. The Fed has been flooding the financial system with so much new money, and these markets continue to struggle. And what's it doing? It's devaluing your purchasing power. It's going to bring hyperinflation to America. Again, the 1% continue to run these markets to the moon, and it's going to be the 99%. They're going to pay the ultimate price. We can't even raise rates 25 basis points at this point. If you raised interest rates a half a point right now, the entire economy, the stock market, everything would collapse instantly. It would be an absolute disaster. So anybody that tells you or I that things are getting better, that the economy is doing well, there's a recovery, the stock market's booming, how come we're not raising rates? How come we're at 0%? How come we cannot raise rates? Simple answer, because everything will collapse immediately. Not overnight, it will collapse immediately. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Sun's going down, but what's ahead for America is gonna be much worse than what we're seeing today. But most Americans do not want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear reality. They believe this is all gonna go away, that things are going to return back to normal. That may happen in fairy tales, ladies and gentlemen, but this is real life, and it ain't gonna happen. Prepare for the worst case scenario, the greatest depression in US history, the greatest depression in the world, the globe, is about to happen. And we're all gonna witness it, we're all gonna be a part of it, and no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many assets you have, it's gonna affect you. It's gonna be hard. And we all better get in the mindset. We better get out of this fairy tale, and we better come back to reality and get prepared for this disaster. A financial disaster has begun. This is very apparent, what I'm seeing right here, what I saw in Orange County yesterday, Riverside, San Bernardino, what you're seeing in your areas. Comment down below. Things coming back, are you seeing a V-shaped recovery? Some of you may, but I bet the majority of Americans don't see a V-shaped recovery. They see a disaster happening already right now as they're being wiped out. The middle class is being obliterated right before your very eyes. You are watching the biggest wealth transfer take place right before your very eyes. But there are people sleeping right through this, and I feel sorry for them because they are going to pay the ultimate price here. They are going to get wiped out. And I make these videos so that you're not one of the masses, you're not one of the sheep. People are going to follow the sheep right off the cliff. And when you see a lot of the brain dead zombies walking around believing everything is okay, wow, I feel sorry for them. I feel even more sorry for their kids because they are going to pay the ultimate price here. Don't be one of these people. Don't be the statistic. Don't be a victim of this economy. Prepare, 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 get ready. We got another warning with these markets today. The Fed had to come in and buy. They had to try and save it. The medicine is wearing off. The dollars aren't doing, all the printing isn't having the same effect as it once did. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna ramp it up and print more and more and more and more trillions to try to save it. What is coming is inevitable. And we are coming to a dead end here very, very soon. That doesn't mean it's gonna be next week or tomorrow. Take every day that God is giving you right now to get prepared for this devastation. It's going to be extremely cruel to many people. Do the best that you can. Prepare right now. God bless every one of you. Thanks for watching. Share this video with everyone. And thank you very much for taking your time and spending it with me this evening. God bless you.